Hello, my lovely Cancerians. How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. Let's dive straight into reading. This will be for the week of the 9th to the 15th of September. 15th is my birthday, so it's my birthday week that we're reading for. So let's dive in to your reading. Cancer, the first card already coming out for you is to be present. Okay, you have the here and now card. There's no point worrying about the past if you cannot change it. What we can do is learn from it, take our lessons. How can you prevent that from happening again? Or what can we learn from those situations? And also with the future, no point worrying about the future if it's not even happening yet. It's good to plan and it's good to strategize. In fact, you have the observer card here, so it's about focusing on thinking about where you want to go. But I quite like this actually because it's very similar. Both of them represent that there is an egg in your present moment, and eggs for me represent something that will hatch and be brought to life, right? So that could be a goal, it could be something good, who knows what it is. I'm sure it will come up during the rest of the reading. But what it means to me is that there is something important that you have in this present moment that might still need to develop before you can move towards a certain goal in your future. I don't know exactly what this is. It's something, but they are highlighting the present is important for you guys this week. More important than your past and your future. And the door is actually where the present moment is. So maybe that's what it's talking about. There might be an opportunity that's already in your surroundings that you may not see because your mind could be in different, in the past and also in the future. So let's see what else comes out for you. For my lovely Cancerians, please, Spirit, let's get another card out for them. I'm seeing a trolley, like a shopping trolley. Like, I don't know why. Right, you have the Sun, guys. Oh my goodness. This is the best card in all decks. The Sun really is about happiness and joy. It's also the number 1, so it could be about your identity, the way that you show up in the world. But this is a really good time for new beginnings as well. So, I kind of feel like maybe this is where what's in the present moment for you, and maybe it's not easy to be seen for you guys, but maybe that's what they're wanting you to focus on. Let's see. Anyway, new beginnings. Maybe your identity is changing, the way that you show up in the world is changing. This is really calling for you to shine bright and to not feel guilty for shining bright as well. The Sun. You also have the world here as well, which is interesting. And the first chakra. So some of you are really going through like an internal change about yourself. Your first chakra is also about your identity. So it kind of aligns here with your cards. And the world and the Sun. Some of you could be like putting yourself out there, being very well known. If that's a dream, then I can see that being in alignment to you and your destiny. But for now, again, I want you to focus on bringing joy, bringing happiness, and showing up for yourself in this present moment. But let's see what else. My lovely Cancerians, please, Spirit. Interesting. You have a victim coming through here. Could be feeling a little bit of a victim to your circumstances at the moment. A little bit, caught in between the crossfire here. Let's see what else. Renewal. Love that. Especially if you've been, seeing yourself as a bit of a victim, which totally makes sense. If you've been through a lot of crap in life, it makes sense why that's how you even unconsciously view yourself, always being hurt, always being, disappointed by people, always being the victim, So maybe the word is a bit strong, but if you ever feel like life really is against you, then that is still a victim mindset, right? But again, if life has shown you that, it makes sense why you feel that. The good thing about this is that this renewal coming through, they are calling you to come out of that victim mindset. But the best thing about it is like you are actually coming out of that personal winter and moving into your own personal spring. And what that means is you're going out from a period and a season of suffering, of survival, of lack, of, when we think of winter, it's cold, things start to die out, things start to change. And every living thing seems to go into kind of survival mode. So that's how I'm seeing it in your life. That's what you've been through, maybe for a long time. Maybe not, up to you how you resonate with it, but the renewal card is saying you're entering new beginning. And all of these cards and what we've been saying are kind of aligning with that here. With this renewal, you're starting to blossom and bloom. The new things are coming to life, which again makes sense with that egg. And then you have acceptance. So there might be something you need to accept in order to kind of help this transformation unfold. It always reminds me of a quote, and it says, change the things you can't accept and accept the things you can't change. We can't change people, and most of the time we can't really change some things in our external, but can we change something internally? And if there is anything in your external that you can change that you do not like, it's a really good time this week to do that. Let's get one more from this deck. And enlightenment coming through. Okay, and I was going to say that the sun, they were really making me look at the sun, and it is actually here shining this light on this person too. So there is some enlightenment coming through, but it might be through, either it's through this joy or this sun, so your new identity, the way that you identify, that might be shining a light on enlightenment here, or on this new version of yourself. I hope this makes sense. Right. The sun seems to be the fueling thing for this enlightenment. Right. Any keyword, please, for Cancer? Honesty. This says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Let's get your spirit animal. Armadillo spirit, set healthy boundaries, which makes sense with victim here. Definitely you guys have had a lot of dishonesty from others. People have been hiding the truth from you, not being very honest with you. Maybe being betrayed in some way, or people definitely been overstepping some boundaries. Armadillo spirit is saying in order to protect yourself, you're going to have to really set some very clear boundaries. And if people overstep that, I think this is where acceptance is. Maybe you feel like people are overstepping my boundaries, but it's really about time maybe to kick some people out of your life if they are not respecting you or your boundaries. Maybe that's something you have to accept here, is that maybe you have to really kind of detach from people because it might be getting in the way of your identity, of you shining bright here. It's interesting. Let's see what else comes through. My lovely Cancerians, please, Spirit. Let's get 3 cards to represent the overall energy for the week. Okay. I wasn't very happy with all these cards coming up, but they are good cards now that I'm actually processing them right. So you do with the 2 of Pentacles. This could be a really important time for you to make some important decisions. The 2 of Pentacles can represent you being quite busy. Juggling things, multitasking, or trying to figure something out. That's how I see it. Then you have the Star card. So maybe you guys are trying to figure out what your dream is, what your purpose is. That could be quite a strong message for some of you with that combination. The Star card is also about healing and vulnerability, and really diving deep into the layers here to maybe clear some past traumas here. Whenever I see naked cards, it represents vulnerability and really kind of, not needing to cover up to be accepted, or, not needing to, meaning, like maybe you've been covering up your personality because people don't accept it. There's a little bit of bad external influence on you in your life. So the Star card coming through is beautiful because it really is about you healing yourself and not being afraid to be vulnerable, not being afraid to be yourself, and not, feeling like you need to change in order to be accepted. Like, you are yourself, and there are things that we can heal and accept within ourselves. But it's not about being ashamed. And maybe people have made you feel ashamed. But anyway, I see you healing. I love that. The star card is also about wish fulfillment. So there could be something going on this week that is leading to you feeling like a wish is being fulfilled here, that you're reaching some kind of goal. All right. You also have the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune is good, especially when it's surrounded by good cards, because it does kind of speak of the same things that the renewal card spoke about, which is the seasons are changing in your life. Fortune, fate is changing in your life. Because it's paired with the Knight of Pentacles, it could be great for your career life. Okay, you could be going into something new, learning something new, having a new job opportunity that again requires you to learn on the job here. It's something stable, it's something grounded. Maybe it requires a bit of patience, but it is here. Okay, and there is movement here as well with that. Knight of Pentacles also is really good for personal development too. If you're working on yourself here and your internal self, again, the seasons are changing. It might take a little while, but because of the Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving knight, but it's ultimately moving. Okay, it's a very stable knight. He works for the long term, not just short term, so it does require to take some time and patience. You could definitely be making a decision this week, because you do go from the Two of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm looking at the imagery here. We go from juggling two things to going straight with one. So maybe you are making a decision to put all your energy into one thing instead of balancing, juggling. Or, again, that can even represent personalities, they're telling me as well. If you've been kind of got two sides of yourself, and, you know, I feel like you're just choosing the one to go with, to focus on. But that definitely can be like career or income, whatever it is to you. Let's see what your energy is. By the way, the sun is here. I didn't realize that either. So you have two suns in your reading, which is a really good sign that you are really, really on the way towards this beautiful happiness and joy. All right, I'm not quite ready for that, but this is you, Cancer. All right, being a lot more open and vulnerable. The Queen of Cups is an emotional card, but that's also her strength. You know, she's emotional, which means that she's able to pick up on other people's emotions. She understands people. She has massive empathy for others because she understands their feelings. She's very compassionate. She's very kind. She's very understanding and nurturing. All right. So that's your energy this week. Might be feeling a bit sensitive, but this is, again, probably within your best interest that you can understand your feelings and other people. Also, I wanted to say something else as well. Your intuition could also be heightened at this time because you are in alignment to this beautiful Queen of Cups energy. But let's get 3 cards for how you'll be feeling or thinking this week. What is Cancerian's energy this week? Hermit. Wow, definitely coming from a place of wisdom. 6 of Cups coming through. You could have a lot of nostalgia, reminiscing on the past in whatever way. And you have the Moon. And that 5 of Wands is lingering there. So there could be a little bit of conflict around you, which, again, if you are the victim here, it does feel like maybe there's a little bit of people kind of criticizing or, you know, coming up against you in some way. Or you could be reminiscing on past situations where that happened. Okay. The good thing is you have the Hermit here as your energy. So even though there is a little bit of feeling lost in some emotions and some darkness, because we had the Moon, and a bit of confusion, illusion, maybe secrets, hidden things. Sometimes the Moon can be hidden things, and because you have honesty here, if you do have this subtle intuition that somebody's not being very honest with you, I would trust that, okay? And place boundaries where necessary. This might be about, you know, the past. Maybe you're reminiscing on the past, like for some reason a memory comes up and you're like, I don't even think that person was telling me the truth, you know, trust that, right? The Hermit being here tells me that you are really in a place of looking at things from a very enlightened perspective here, making me pick this up. It's basically the same thing. So this could be, you know, your higher self coming through this week, really trying to help you navigate the situation that you're in at the moment. All right, could be someone in the spirit world coming through here who's trying to help you to navigate through this. The Hermit is about analyzing. He climbs a very tall mountain in order to look at things from a different perspective. So through his challenge, he gains a new perspective. So that could be a message for you guys of what you are experiencing this week, especially because it seems like you are reflecting on past events, past situations. There is some past influence coming up here, or it's to do with people, family, or friends, or people you've known for a long time. Because you have the moon here, the moon is about hidden things, like we've been saying, but sometimes it does come through. If it's not external, it can be internal, and it could be really like our shadow side. It's the side of us where there are deep, dark feelings, emotions, reactions going on internally, but they may not be seeing things very clearly. Okay, so I would say processing your subconscious beliefs this week could be very important for you in order to heal and to grow, which feels like is what you're doing. I was going to say something as well, because the Hermit here has the star in his lantern here, and he's using it to guide him. So you guys this week could really be using some kind of hope, goal to give you hope, or to give you some kind of enlightenment here. Maybe again, it's your vulnerability and your openness this week that is going to guide you with your decision making, because it is underneath the Two of Pentacles. The star with the Six of Cups, you definitely will be healing from the past or from past events. And with the moon being here, could just be a little bit of, things that are not very clear this week. If there are arguments, again, it doesn't feel like people are seeing things very clearly. Maybe they're lost in their own illusions or delusions as well. So the best thing with the moon card is to keep going, keep walking forward. Like, don't stop here, trying to figure it out here, because when the Fool reaches the moon in the Fool's journey in the story of tarot, everything, it makes him feel nauseous and dizzy. The environment starts to impact him. So the best way to move forward is to get out of it, because it feels like murky air, like being a little bit intoxicated. That's the way I see it. Like it's not, it might be influencing your decisions or your feelings and your emotions in a negative light. So the best thing is to walk away from what's causing that, even if it's like internal as well. All right, 3 more cards for my lovely Cancerians for the week. Any advice? 9 of Cups. Okay, focusing on your own fulfillment. The 9 of Cups is good news that there is some wish fulfillment coming through. So the Star and the 9 of Cups is great for you. You also have the Page of Wands, which is a messenger. Maybe again some an opportunity for something creative or something that you're passionate about. It could also be career related too. Something that you really want to do could be coming up for you. And then you have the King of Swords. So the moon, sorry, I was wondering why I did that. 'Cause sometimes my boat, I do things and it is related to the reading, but I couldn't pick up on it. The moon with the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is really about making very logical decisions, which can be difficult when your emotions are in the way, but you could really be having to place those boundaries, especially when it comes down to the opinions of others. Like I'm getting 2 significant people around you that is affecting you, maybe mentally or emotionally, because of the Victim card as well. Other people are making decisions for you and it's messing things up for you. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like it. These wolves, you're this little lobster down here just trying to get on your path, and there feels like there are 2 people blocking that. Could be friends or family. I don't know what it is for you. It could be past again, and it's just the memories of the past that are haunting you and could be preventing you from moving forward. I am seeing that there might be a need to really very clearly, not emotionally, really clearly and logically setting boundaries with these people, being very direct about it. The King of Swords is very cold, or he comes across as very cold and detached, but he's speaking his truth. That's just what it is. And it feels like that King of Swords is helpful underneath that moon here, because when things are unclear, he definitely is bringing in clarity here. So your logic will be helpful, okay, this week. So maybe however you can be more logical, I think it'll be helpful to kind of walk past any kind of confusion, illusion, or feelings of being lost or uncertain. Okay, my angels, that's what I have for you. Let me know in the comments how it resonates with you. I'd love to know. Remember that there is some wish fulfillment. It does feel career related, or at least to do with your passions. Maybe getting clear on your passions, whatever it is. A lot is changing for you, Cancer. So, you know, especially your environment, and it is all for the better. You're moving into that spring. The sun is shining again. So that's always nice. You know, the weather is warming up. If you think about the seasons changing, which feels like a better environment for you and a better environment for your growth too. So however that resonates for you, internally or externally, let me know how it resonates with you, and I will see you guys next time. All right.